Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back on Next to Mango channel. Guys, I'm Ramkesh Singh, and today is very special day for me because of I have completed 2 year experience on game development. Guys, on the 11th February 2018, I was joined a company as a Android developer. Guys, when I was joining the company, so I came to know that I have to work on Coco's games, and Android Studio was the tool when I was using Android Studio to generate the APK of the Coco's games. And there were so many games that we have to fix. So I just researched about the Coco's and Android Studio, yani Android development, and Coco's were totally different because in the Coco's you have to use the C++, C language, and in Android Studio when you are developing the application you are using the Java programming languages. So at that time I started learning the Coco's. I just learned little bit and I tried to fix the few games. So I just fixed 1 to 2 games, and after that there was many games that was not Coco's. While using the Coco's you are not able to just make your game for cross platforms, and there were so many games I was not able to fix using the Coco's. So my company told me to learn any game engine so that we can develop the cross platform games. So I was thinking that which platform will be better for me. So I just start searching about it, and I come to know about the Unity, and there was also many game engine like Unreal. But on the Unreal we have to use the C++ language, and on the Unity platform we have to use C# language. So I was good in Android Studio, Android apps development, so I was good in Java language. So I was quite heard about it that Java and C# is a very quite similar to each other. So I choose the Unity language, and it is also cross platform. So when I was joining the company 11th February, after 2 months I started working on the Unity. And guys, at that time I really no idea about that how I will make the games, because in the company you have to give something them, you have to make games and give the result to them. So at that time, and in the YouTube career I also new. At that time I had only 300 subscribers on the YouTube. So at that time I was making the tutorial in English language, because I was thinking that tutorial can be made in the English language. So I was making the English language, but my English was not so good, so I just turned into the Hindi language. But now I have decided to make tutorials in English language, because I am thinking that in the English there is a broad audience. So just I am trying to speak in English and making tutorials in the English language, so that most of people can learn me and I can also take the benefits. So guys, at that time I really no idea how I will learn the Unity. I really no idea about the Udemy. So at that time I just pick up one game, that was the Crazy Alien Rush. We give the name after that, but the game was colorful game. In that there was one circle and there was one ball. So circle have many colors, and we have to pass the ball from that circle. If ball and circle color is same, otherwise you game will be over. So this was my first game in the 2D, and it was really very difficult for me at that time. I took I think 1 to 2 months to make this game, but for me now it is the 2 to 3 days I can make that game. So that was the that is the use of experience. At that time I was beginner, I have no any idea, but now I have experience of 2 years. And what I learned at that time in that game, I learned about prefab, how you can use the prefab, how you can use the spreadsheet, how you can use the color, and how you can instantiate the game object at a runtime. But I was able to instantiate the game object at a runtime, but I was not able to destroy them. And I was not thinking to destroy them, because I was not understanding at that time what is the use of destroying them. So my game was just after sometimes it was lagging. So I really no idea, but after some time when I increase my knowledge, I understand how we can manage these things. So this was my first game, Crazy Alien Rush, and Colorfulness game, that was something different name. And then after that I came to another game, that was the Cube versus column. Guys, on the Cube versus column there was so many column, and there is one cube. You have to just jump from one cube to another cube. And why I got this game, because in that game this game was made on the cocos, but they have to add few new tools, but in the cocos it was not possible, so they told me to make this game. So I made this game. I learned so many things, how we can use the jump, how we use the trigger when we are the ground, when we have to jump, when we can stop the multiple jump on the multiple jumps. So I learned so many things from the Cube versus column, and it was too much learning for me. I also learned about the camera and instantiate. I used those all the things. And guys, how I was learning at that time, I was learning from the YouTube and from the Udemy. So I was taking the courses from the Udemy, and at that time I also come to the Zigzag game. So Zigzag game I made in the 3D, and it was similar to Zigzag game, but name but little different. And I made that game, and it was also very lots of learning for me. New concept like raycast, I was able to use the raycast. I was able to use the instantiate paths at a runtime. It was so much exciting for me that how I am able to instantiate the path at a runtime. So this was my third game, and then I came to know on the another game, that was the car race game, but I didn't complete that game. And then I also come to another game, that is the RPG game. I didn't complete that game. After that I came to one game, that is the Legend Girl. I made for learning purpose. At that time I learned a lot about the animation, animator. So it was lots of learning in that game. I learned about most of the things about the animations. So it was really a lot learning for me. And then after that I choose one game, that was the we gave the name Baffle Ball. So Baffle Ball, in the Baffle Ball I use the accelerometer. I learned how we can use the accelerometer, and in that game I made, I think, around 50 levels or 100 levels. 100 levels, I think, yeah, 100 levels. And in that game I also use the app-in purchase, and I also try to make the tutorials on the app-in purchase, but I just made plans, but I never execute that plans. So it was also a lot of learning for me. And after that I also choose one game, that was the Space 3D game. In that we have to move the space, move our spaceship, and there will be so many obstacle in your path, and you have to just shoot by clicking on your screen. You have to just shoot the obstacles whatever incoming your path. And there was so many, I was put in so many missiles, and I have to just shoot them. So it was in my 1 year of experience I learned so many things at that time. And slowly I was also making the tutorials for you guys, and now I have 600 plus tutorials on YouTube related to issues fixing, game development tutorials, C# tutorials. There are so many stuff you can check out on the playlist. And after 1 year I just changed my company from one company, that was the at 7 Media, and then I tried to change because I was just thinking to work on the multiplayer games. So in another company I got the opportunity to work with the multiplayer game. I got their game. I got one game, that is the King of Ballot. It was cards game, and I really no idea about how to play the cards game. So I was working with there was few senior developer. I was working with them, and at that time I came to know about the Photon. So I learned about the Photon. I use the voice chatting, I use the chatting in the game. So it was quite lots of learning, and after that I made the game. That was the chess game. It was not multiplayer, but I made the game for the learning purpose. So at that time I really no idea how to play the chess game. So I learned the chess and really execute on the 3D portals. So I made the 3D game, and after that I also made the full UI on multiplayer games. So that was also a very good experience for me. And then after the 6 month I again changed the company, and I come to another company, and there I got the opportunity to work on the Ludo game, and there was also the latest OK game. So on the Ludo game I learned so many things, but I didn't make that full game, but I I think that was the 80% game, and after that I got the opportunity to work on the Ludo game. So I work on the Ludo game, I learned so many things, and that was the 3D Ludo game. And it was totally on the Photon, but not on the totally on the Photon, it was the Photon with the custom server. And then I work on the latest OK, that was casual game. It was not so big game, but in that game you have to, there are so many plates, you have to just drag the ball, and when your ball will touch on the plate, and there will be many plates, and when your ball will collide to them, so that plate will be disappear. So it was 100 levels. So I was also working on that game. And then after that I come to a very big project, that was the Khelo Jito game. Guys, Khelo Jito game, it was in the APK and EXE, and in EXE there was two part. First one was print, and second one was non-print. In the print you will be able to print your data. In means Khelo Jito is especially your roulette game, you can say the casino game, in which there are it is total 5 games. First one is single wheel, second one is double wheel, third one is triple wheel, and then fourth one is roulette, fifth one is JKQ. So in the every game there is a wheel, and when wheel will rotate there will be one number, and there is also a table. So you have to match the number where is in the table, where is the number, and when you will match the table, so you will match the table with your wheel number, so you will win the some amount of the money. So they are the real money games, and I really, this game was not on the Photon server, so I got the opportunity to learn the SFS. So right now I'm able to work on the SFS, Photon. And guys, in the after my first company, in the 6th month I also learned about the AR using the Vuforia. I also try the AR code, AR kit, and then I also try the VR applications. So I just try so many things, I learn a lot, and I always try to learn so many things I like to implement for the learning purpose. And when I got the chance to implement on the games, so I really use it. But guys, learning is endless process, so you can't say that you are just you have learned so many things, you have not to learn, but always got the opportunity. And you know, in the 2019 Unity there is also so many things you have to learn. So there are so many, I just choose to learn always when I got the opportunity to work on the new games. So in game development, we in the game development is a really a very different from other platform, other software engineering platform, because in every game you have to rethink yourself, you have to prepare yourself, because every game concept is different. So you have to face the challenges, you have to work on your games. And if you are indie developers, or if you are working in the in any institution, any company. So for you, I will just only say that take the challenge and try to implement it, and Google is always for you. So hope my 2 years of experience will help you to uh, learn more what I have learned. And I'm always I always think that you'll learn more than me. So it was just my uh, total 2 year of experience. I have shared what I learned in 2 years. And guys, in the YouTube career, I just going to complete 10,000 subscribers on the YouTube. And after this video, I will always make tutorial in English language, and I also try to improve my English pronunciation as well as speaking fluency. So hope you enjoy the video. If you want to ask anything, so just drop your comment below. Alright guys, I'm Ramkesh. I just make tutorials on the YouTube, working as a game developer, and guys, I'm also a blogger. So you can check out me on the Mr.RK channel. So bye bye, take care, thank you so much for watching.